Hey guys, good morning. Trust you're doing very well. Whichever time you get to see this, this is what I promised to make the weekly progress check-ins. So yeah, here we have it. So on this video, I'll be showing to you everything you need to know about the weekly progress check-ins. What you're seeing on your screen here is the weekly progress check-ins reports, right? What I'll share holistically about the weekly progress check-ins as regards everything that concerns it. So just pay attention. Maybe this will take about 15 to 30 minutes, I believe, and you'll be cleared. So, the weekly progress check-ins has a focus or has a purpose for which we establish it. And the first purpose is to help skill laborers stay accountable to their weekly skill development goals. So, that is like the focus of the weekly progress check-ins. It's as regards your skill development goals. Maybe if there are any other thing that may come in, fine, that's going to be like 30%. But what we are really focused in is your skill development. All right. So we want to see that there is development in your skill. We want to see that you're doing what you're supposed to do to move your skill to the next level. And that's why we're having this framework to actually bring accountability to you in that regards. All right. Then the second reason is to track skill laborers' progress in skill development. So we want to also see your progress, basically to know that, okay, you've improved here, tomorrow you've improved here, or maybe you have a particular challenge on a particular level, and this can be fixed. That's the essence of the weekly progress check-ins. So when we ask for reports, we're asking you to give us a transparent report as regards to your operations, whether it is good or bad, whether you did what you're supposed to do or you did not do it. Give a transparent report so that we can effectively grade you and see what your position is, see what you've been able to do, and see how we can bring better solutions to get you to the next level, right? Then the third is to provide guidance, that's clarity through the skill journey. And that's one of the reasons we have two divisions of the weekly progress check-ins, whereby we have the reporting and then we have the calls to be able to give you direct guidance that, okay, this is what you've submitted. Let's hear from you what you really engaged on, and you give us a response, and then we can provide clarity and say, okay, this particular thing that you did is not right. This is what you're supposed to do. This particular way that you did this can be better, and all of that. So these are the three layers of which we have the weekly progress check-ins report. And these reports are submitted at the end of every week. All right, at the end of every week. So we have two divisions in the weekly progress check-ins report. The first division is the weekly progress check-ins report, which you can see on your screen right here. And the second division is the weekly progress check-ins call, right? That is WPCC. So the weekly progress check-ins call. The call, we get to discuss about what you've submitted as the report. All right, so that are the two divisions that we have. So let's deal with the first one, which is the weekly progress check-ins reports, the reports that you get to submit, which you can see on your screen here, weekly progress check-ins reports. Now, on the Discord server, you'd see May weekly progress, like is outlined on my screen. I believe you are seeing it. This, yeah. So that is the May weekly progress check-ins, and you can easily find this on projects and tax. Projects and tax. This is projects and tax. So under the project and tax, you'd always find the weekly progress check-ins. For each month, we have a designated thread for weekly progress check-ins. For example, this one we're having here is for the month of May, and so it reflects just May. All right, and this is just May 2025. All right, if we get to a new year, a different year, we're going to have May 2026. I think we're going to update this year to give that deeper clarity. So if we're in the month of May, then every person is supposed to submit his or her report in the month of May and not in the past month or in a future month. But basically, we're going to make threads when we are getting close to the new month. That might not be an issue. So that has been stated, and that is what I want us to hold. Great. So let's dive deep into the the report itself and see how we can give clarity on each of the items here. The first thing is the header weekly progress check-ins. Here you have your name. You're going to fill in your full name. It's very easy. Who are you? Write your name there. The next is week. The week is very important. We want to know the particular week you're submitting for. We have the week 1, we have the week 2, we have the week 3, we have week 4. I think in a month we basically have about 4 weeks. Some months we may have about some extra days and all of that. But there's a way we calculate it that makes it easy. Regardless, we've done a system whereby we're going to be posting the template every single week that we're going to use, and when we are pasting the templates, we are going to fix in the week there so that it's easy for you to just fill in and not to make mistake as regards the week. So that is very clear. The same thing happens to the days from when to when. So we're going to fill that too for you, and you can give your reports as regards that. So before we proceed, I would like to say that we've made some adjustments to the weekly progress check-ins. In SMS, our week ends on Fridays. So the weekly progress check-ins report is supposed to be submitted on Friday unfailingly. So on Friday, you've dusted your week. You've been able to identify that, okay, I've done this, and these are the things that I've been able to do for this week, and give your reports. And at the same time, also set out your goals for the next week. So our new week on SMS starts on Saturdays, right? That is very, very important. So moving forward, we have weekly focus, the theme of the week. So basically, when your week is starting, you should have a theme of the week. Remember, we are submitting this report at the end of the week, so it's a reflection of what you've done in that week. This submission is not for the new week coming. It's for this present week that you just finished. All right, that's what they are trying to ask you. Where you get to fill in for a new week coming is the focus for next week, which you can see on my screen. Focused for next week. So that's very clear. So this is for the end of a week that has just gone in. So when you are beginning a week, you should have your SMS book. I told you about that, or maybe have a document where you take note of some of those things, and you write what is your weekly focus. You write it down. What's the theme for the week for you? It could be in God we trust. It could be dig deep into knowledge. It could be apply as prescribed. Whatever it is. Then you also have the focus word, my focus word. Basically, that's saying that choose a word that will summarize everything for you that week. It can be love, it can be productivity, it can be gratitude, it can be patience. Whichever one that summarizes the week for you, or that tells the full information of what your week looks like, that's the word to use. All right. Number 2, we have SMART goals for the week. Now, this is where it's very important. When you were starting this week, you had several goals you had outlined that you're going to achieve. These are the goals that you fill into the goals for the week. All right. So goal 1, you fill it in. Goal 2, you fill it in. Goal 3, you fill it in. It's fine and okay to add about 2 additional goals, but we don't want it to be clustered too much. So if you can streamline your goals into 3 things, fine. If you want to get other additional goals, then let it not exceed 5. All right, that's very, very okay. And you write your goals. Your goals should be a SMART goal. I believe every one of us knows what SMART goals are. All right, it is specific, it is measurable, it is realistic, it is time bound. What's the A now? Is it accurate? Or I've forgotten what the A is. But yeah, that is SMART. It's attainable. Yes, it's attainable. So that's SMART goals. So there's a percentage on the screen. I believe you can see it before goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. This percentage is very, 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 very important, right? This percentage is telling us that you've been able to do what you said you will do to a certain percentage. So you may have a particular goal and you've been able to do 10 things of that goal, but the goal actually was to do 20 things. So the percentage is going to be 50% because you've done just half of what is expected to be done. That is basically why that percentage is there. And so you need to always, at all times, when you're measuring your goals, to use a percentage. So what is goal one? To post 4 times today, to post 4 times this week on my Facebook and on my IG. Right? Have you posted 4 times in the week on your Facebook and your IG? No, I haven't. I have posted 2 times. So what you write goal 1, post 4 times on my social media, Facebook and Instagram, right? And then you write 50% because you've done just half of the job that you expected yourself to do. That's basically clear. You cannot fill out the other goals just in this format. But take note that 70% is targeted towards your skill development and the business of your skill, and 30% is targeted towards other things that you want to be accountable for in your life. And I really desire to hope that it's also some way, somehow related to your skill or your whole human well-being. Number 3, we have weekly highlights, wins, and breakthroughs. Now, this is a very important part that we really love to get from you. So what's your weekly highlights? What would you say is something that stayed for you during the week while you were engaging in your skill and actualizing your goals? Did you have a win? Did you have a breakthrough? Were you able to do all of the things that you said you wanted to do? If that's something you did, then fine. It's a win. You can put it there. If that's not something that you were able to do eventually, then fine. It's not supposed to be there, right? But what we're asking is your wins and your breakthrough. What are the things that you can count and you say, I actually won in these things? Maybe also surprising events that might have happened during the week. It is necessary and wise to actually outline them. So that is for the weekly highlights, wins, and breakthrough. I was able to make my first post on social media today. That's a big win. That's a breakthrough because you've never ever had that opportunity to do something like that before, or you had the opportunity but you never did. You're scared. So that is it. You can fill them into different numbers. I think the highest is just 5. You can see how you can fix everything into that 5 space system. But we provided just 3 frameworks here so that you don't get this overclustered and get overwhelmed trying to fill in the form. Number 4 is challenges I faced. So when we're going through your week, can you really identify that you faced certain challenges? Where difficulties that you faced while we're going through the week? You have to be able to outline these things. All right, I faced this challenge, I faced this challenge, I faced this challenge. Sometimes it could be network, sometimes it could be blackouts, no lights, and other things that you can't even control. You outline those things. And so it's not always that you can't really control those things. There are also certain alternatives you can use to be able to solve those problems. And the essence of outlining this challenge is for you to recognize that, okay, this is a problem and I need to act in the right order next week to be able to find a way to solve this so that it doesn't bring a hindrance to the engagement of my skill. The essence of giving these reports and reflecting is to realize your wrongs, realize your limitations, and take action to do something better that will give you a better outcome. Number 5 is lessons learned, right, which is progressive now. You've identified your challenges that you face. You've also had lessons that you learned while we're going through the week. You outline those lessons that you have learned. Very, very important and very, very simple. Number 6, my score this week. So in the scale of 1 to 5, we'll give you the opportunity to rate yourself. Would you rate yourself as a 1 or 5? Or would you rate yourself as a 1.5 or 5 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 4.5 or 5? Whichever way, you get to score yourself by yourself. And then you give us the reason why you scored yourself that way. Why did you choose to make this? All right, so why did you choose to put this score here? Give us that reason. And that's basically what that is. Number 7 is mood and mindset check-in. mood and mindset check-in. At the end of the week, what can you say your feelings, your emotions? How do you think of yourself at this moment? Are you super motivated? Are you okay? Are you stressed? Are you tired? Are you inspired? Or is there some other feeling that you have? Then you get to outline it there. So whatever way you feel, you get to outline it there. And you can have multiple feelings at the same time. Yeah, so you can just tick in that box whichever one best prescribes what you are feeling at the end of the week. Then one word to describe my week. One word to describe my week. So your one word to describe your week is basically how you feel at that moment, and you say, this week has been amazing. So amazing is your one word to describe your week. Or productive. Productive is a one word to describe your week. Or maybe you didn't do so much and you were just playing and you did a careless, but no, that doesn't happen in Scheme and Create Solutions. So that's going to be maybe lazy. All right. So a one word would describe your week. That's basically what you're supposed to fill in there. Then number 8, you have focus for next week. This is where you fill in the goals that you are going to do next week, which will now become the SMART goals for the week in your next submission. So this is very simple and clear. All right. So what's the focus for next week? As you're filling this out now, what's the focus for next week? What do you want to do next week? And you have to outline them clearly, so that when you are filling in the next week, those are going to be the goals that you outline. You're not bringing in new goals into the list as regards what you've outlined. And I would really recommend to us that while we are specific on our goals should be able to capture a broad-based things of whatever we want to do, all right, and bring proper explanation to those things, so that it's easy for you to be able to capture the essence of the things that you do and let nothing be lost through that process. I believe this is well understood. This is the focus for next week. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can outline them. You just left 3 space here for easy filling. Number 9 is extra notes, shout outs, or reflections. So you want to shout out for someone that you feel, this person did so well this week. I enjoyed this person's session, or this thing happened, or something about SMS you've noticed in this recent days, or what are you reflecting on, what are you checking up on, and all of that. Whatever it is that you feel you want to add to the report, it's very much welcome, and you can get them to fill in that thing. All right. That's basically what the weekly progress check-ins report is all about, and this is what's expected of you. If you are confused still about this after going through this, then you can get on to reach out to me and ask me questions. All right. So let's move on to the next, which is the weekly progress check-ins call. The weekly progress check-ins call is a very important part of the weekly progress check-ins. Why is because we get to hear from you directly, and we get to go through your reports and check up on what you have been able to do, and provide solutions to those things. It's very important to us, and I feel it is also important to you to get clarity about the things that you've done. If you made a mistake, you need to make correction on something, so that you can improve and do better with your craft, with your work subsequently. So that's why we have that call. And the call is on Fridays by 8 p.m. Now your report should have been submitted by 7:30 p.m. so you can get yourself ready within that 30 minutes to be on the call and be settled to go through your reports and give feedback and get the feedback from you. And the call is supposed to be an interactive one, whereby the lead of the weekly check-ins, which is our accountability coach, Ms. Dimpa Gladys, should be the one leading us as regards to this work. She'll be reaching out to us during the week and reminding us about our weekly check-ins, so that we can be able to definitely take proper action. So yeah, she'll be doing this for us, and she'll also be leading the call to ask you questions. This thing you said you wanted to do, what happened, or why do you have your report in this way? Don't you think that this is a better way? Or why did you act in this certain way during the week? Stuff like that, right? So all of that is what she would be doing and bringing that clarity to you. So the call should last for 1 hour 50 minutes. If it has to extend or exceed the normal time, then it will last for 1 hour 30 minutes. So if you're coming in by 8, you're sure or guaranteed that you're going to be leaving by 9:30. And this is basically because there are going to be many persons' reports that needs to be reviewed and several issues needs to be fixed and contended with. And so we need to be able to have that enough time to be able to do what we need to do. So that is basically it. When you are filling this report, please do not try to remove the hash, the dash, all of those things that you see on the report. They are well designed so that when you paste them, it reflects like what you're seeing on the screen. All right, this is very important and very crucial. So let's do with it as we ought to. So I believe this is basically what you need to know about the weekly progress check-ins, the reporting and the call sessions. And I'm looking forward to having us do the right thing from henceforth. If you still have an issue and you don't understand what this is about, you can reach out to me after going through this video, and I would do my best to see how I can provide clear guidance and directives to you that will be very beneficial and helpful to you to be able to do this reporting and get the best out of it. So this is an implication to you that you should take in actions daily towards your skill, towards your craft, towards whatever you do. Thank you very much for joining in, and let's get on to implementation of what we've learned. Have a great time. I'll be looking forward to our questions, and this will be posted to our YouTube channel so that you can have access to watch the video and gain clarity. All the best, guys.